Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I apologise for the horrible lighting, but as you can see I am back in my garage filming, which is actually very strange but also a little bit nostalgic. And why am I in my garage? Well, I wanted to be slightly atmospheric in today's book of the month. And that is creepy supernatural mystery. So I wanted a little bit dark. I wanted a mixture of shadows and harsh lighting and just me being a prat, really. Oh, let's get to it. Originally, because I did read this and I was kind of looking forward to it, and once again I found myself disappointed, but I did finish this one. I was originally going to look at Angelfall by Susan E. Susan E? E? I'm not sure. But I recently reviewed this for my blog as well, which might be going up next week, we'll see. This did not do well. This was so disappointing. This was such a letdown. Every cliche in the book, it was supposed to be, you know, a new twist on the apocalypse where angel-like creatures have descended down from the skies and it is suddenly rapture. They are killing humans left, right and centre, and the humans that are left behind now have to fight for survival in this grim world where they might be whisked away, and our main character, her sister, gets kidnapped for some reason and she takes one of the angels hostage and slices off his wings to force him to help find her sister. But of course it's a friggin' romance, isn't it? It's a paranormal tween romance where,
yeah, he's the bad guy and he stole my sister, but damn boy, he hot.
Let me know if you want me to do a full-on video going over disappointing books that I've read so far, because I have many a thing to say and sometimes writing them down in a blog doesn't quite do it for me. So instead we are going to be talking about a book that I have read many times and I still love it, and it's on book 16, I want to say, at the moment. I've only read up to maybe 14. I've got some catching up to do, but it is Stormfront by Jim Butcher. And I actually met Jim Butcher at one point at a convention, and he was such a strange and funny individual, just kind of exactly like his main character, actually. He has signed it. It was amazing. It was back in 2014. Fantastic experience. But yeah, we are going to be looking at this book because it just really jumped out at me, and with the latest book recently coming out, I thought, why not? So let's take a look. What are we dealing with here? What is the story? We are focusing on Harry Dresden, a wizard. Potter, eat your heart out. And this is like the perfect mashup between so many wizarding archetypes mixed in with Sherlock Holmes, and I love it. So Harry Dresden is a wizard. He is also part of a detective agency, a one-man agency, which he is just struggling to keep afloat, but that's one of the reasons why you love him. He is a bit of a jerk. He doesn't really give a damn about many people, and yet he gives a damn about everyone, and that's one of his major flaws, is that he likes this isolated life. Like, no, don't want to come near me, and yet as soon as someone needs help, he's like, fine, I gotta be chivalrous about the damn thing, haven't I? One day he is called in to help investigate a murder, and he very quickly picks up that there is some kind of magic involved, and there are some bad rogue magic types and supernaturals running around, and of course he's the guy for the job. He doesn't want to be the guy for the job, but he's the only one around to actually get the job done. It is relatively, it's a very quick read. It's a very quick and easy read, but it just flows so naturally. The narrative is from Harry's perspective, and you just get this full-on sass and attitude throughout, and it is spot on. Also, great character development. The way he learns to accept some people and not be so quick to judge, and God, his morals. That's something you can't say. You can't say this guy is true to his morals, and I have full respect for that. I have full respect for not necessarily an anti-hero, but for a guy who can be a complete jerk and still be a decent human being. That is a very difficult balance, but that's something. The characters are just so fun. They're vibrant, diverse, when it goes into more supernatural aspects, when you're describing a magic system. The magic system in this is so well written. There is a kind of a science to it. There are methods of learning, there are consequences for overexerting yourself. If you build up a charge for magic and then need to cancel the spell, that energy still has to go somewhere, and that can have some really harsh repercussions, and it's just really good. It's just so balanced. And it doesn't just end here. Like I said, this has gone on for many books, and yeah, you do have the off ones, you do have a few plot lines that don't quite, they all make sense but don't quite add up the way they should, but we are just looking at this one for now, and the series as a whole is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Characters, fun, narrative flows so well, magic system, top tier magic system descriptions. It doesn't really go overboard on exposition, because you're looking at things from Harry's perspective. He already knows the deal, so instead of learning things along with him, he just gets on with it, and you're just expected to keep up. And that's a very Dresden thing. Jim Butcher's way of writing and getting into the character's head is really well done. Considering I wanted this to be, you know, dark and mysterious and with a weird lighting system going on, then here's me just going, it's so good, it's so good. There's no point me saying I killed the mood, because I never had a mood to begin with. Things also get very dark. It covers some grim areas with great twists and turns, not just this book alone, even though it does, but future installments. It gets so grim to a point where you're even just there thinking, do I want to know? But you have to know. You just do. Like I said, it does have its issues. Sometimes the narrative goes a bit skew-if. Sometimes it does hit on the cliches, like, you know, the hard-boiled detective, the sarcastic bit of a perv sidekick who's not actually a sidekick, but that gets explained later on. It does have its cliches, and it does have its moments where you do kind of roll your eyes like, oh god, did you really go there? But it recovers really quickly. This is not a flawless book by any means, but it is a good book, and in terms of books about the supernatural and magic and how magic should be handled, I do rate this one top tier. This is actually one of the books that got me back into writing supernatural. It's one of those ones where I was told for so long, you know, write what you know and just write what you're comfortable with, etc, etc, but there is a small collection of books that I read that just propelled me back into the world of magic and mayhem, and this is one of them. So yes, please give it a read. It is fantastic, and I really do need to get back on top of the series because it's been a while, and that is my own fault. But that is it for this month's Book of the Month. If you want me to have another video where I go into more detail about why certain books are disappointing and why they didn't make the cut, please let me know. I like ranting. I love ranting and just rambling, so come on guys, you know me. But please let me know, and if you've given this book a read, then also let me know what you think, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, my scribblers.